Hello, hello. It is the sunny video day, sunniest day ever right here in Seattle in January. I wanted to share a couple stories about intuition just because I've noticed and gotten feedback that it helps people. And actually, one of my stories should be about a story I just heard from someone who was inspired by my stories. First story, I was driving back from the dentist, quick one, and wanted to just get home, had no intention of stopping anywhere. And I sometimes bike to the dentist. I drove by a book box, which was what I thought it was. Seattle is full of free little libraries, they're called, where you can grab a book and take a book and give a book, and I love them. And so I have this kind of sometimes rather compulsive need to stop and see what books are in the book box. But I was like, oh man, I just want to get home. So I drove past this one that had caught my eye, but it was like there was a string attached to it as I was leaving, which is something to pay attention to when you're like, oh, I should really talk to that person. This is a common one. I should really go talk to that person. I actually did the other day. I did one. That's another story. I turned myself around at the next intersection in this just sort of suburban area of Seattle, went back, and I was like, I don't know what the heck's in this box, but I'm going for it. And what was in that box was opportunity to donate food if you want. And it was really a food box. So I thought, oh my gosh, this is so funny. I've been driving around since kind of Christmas time with some food I wanted to donate, and sorry I didn't. Brought it out of my trunk, put it away, and it was this actually huge relief because it's this thing that's been kind of sitting in my back at me for like 3 weeks, non-perishable items, and it felt really good. I got everything fit in the little box. I just donated it all right there, and I thought, oh, that was really handy. That was so convenient, and it made me feel relieved. It made me feel healthier. It was just perfect for me. So that was following this gut thing of like, hey, turn around, go back, pay attention to this thing. And it's so simple, but it did feel really good. Another quick story was this morning, I dropped a friend off to go to the airport. I dropped her off at the light rail on the south end of Seattle. I live kind of on the north side, not really. Anyways, I'm kind of downtown-ish. But we were planning for the morning last night. So she's a friend from Canada who was in town to take this yoga training that I did. And I offered to basically let her spend the night at my house and then take her to the airport light rail in the morning. And there's a couple things I could have done. There's a couple different stops that I could have gone to in the downtown area, but I had this strong instinct to go to the one on the other end of this tunnel in Seattle. It takes you to the south, kind of near our sports stadiums. It's called Soto Station. And I kind of tuned into all the options, right? I could drive her all the way down there, which would put me in horrific traffic driving back. So I was like, girl, you got to take the light rail, which she's fine with. I could take her to center of downtown or the stop. And it was just very clear to me. And I was like, we're leaving at 7 and I'm taking you to the stop. So that was our plan. We got up, by the grace of God, got out the door at like 7:08, which was fine. Went through the tunnel down to the other station, and it was freezing cold, got her stuff out of the car, walked towards the train. The one going the other direction went by, and I recognized like, oh, I'm taking you to the wrong side of the track. So we backtracked, crossed over after that train, got on the correct side of the tracks, and then I noticed a headlight coming at us. It's Martin Luther King Day in Seattle, or in United States. So they were literally doing an announcement about infrequent train arrivals. So be prepared to have to wait 8 degrees out, this poor woman. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm leaving her. Nope, train's arriving right in this instant. I just bought her a ticket really fast, handed it to her. It was coming that quick. Got her on the train. It was like literally from my door to her train. You could not have had a quicker, more efficient trip. So just though we're leaving at 7, we're going to that station, was all intuition, and it was truly perfect. So that was really nice. And then the last story goes out to my friend Lisa, who told me a story. She's been watching these videos. She went to the grocery store with her friend. They were dog walking, and they went to this really lovely grocery store in their neighborhood to just stop, get a little coffee, have a rest, go to the bathroom, I don't know what. And normally people with dogs put their dogs in the very front center of the store, and then they walk in the very front entrance. And she ended up having this feeling she had to go through a side door, I guess, by the produce area. And she's like, Bridget, I did this because of your videos. I knew it was in my intuition. So she walks through the side door after basically bravely speaking up to her friend, which I totally get. He was going through the front. And she's like, can we please go through this side door? Walks into another woman who has a dog who had made a similar choice, I guess. And they were just kind of dog friends, and end up getting into this healing to the point of tears conversation because her dog is currently sick with, I want to say, a form of cancer. And This person, that was really bad. This person had just lost a dog, basically to a similar thing. And the amount of comfort and relief and connection and friendship she received in that moment overwhelmed her. It was like it hit her right in her heart where her sore spot was at the moment, because she followed her instinct, went to the side door, and walked directly into this woman who happened to be in the produce section. So cheers to Lisa. Cheers to everybody out there who's paying attention to those messages, who's pausing and giving themselves the love to follow their guidance. So Intuit on. That's 3 stories for you. Lots of love. Keep on trucking. Bye.